Right here tonight at 5, JCPS preparing for a massive overhaul of how its students learn to read. Starting in the fall, all kindergarten through 8th grade students will be using one system. Hello, everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt.
And I'm Shay McAllister. Called EL, the program is a shift away from other curricula. Teachers hoping it will make learning more equitable. Grace McKenna is in the studio now with more on how JCPS plans to roll it out and why. Grace?
Yeah, you know, Shay, right now, thousands of JCPS teachers are getting their own training on how to bring the EL program to their students. In the past, schools across the district have had dozens of different programs and styles for teaching reading. Teachers say EL will mean students all speak a similar language. District leaders say the program is based on fundamentals with an emphasis on phonics. Teachers compared it to a mile-deep curriculum rather than one a mile wide. They believe it will also help students who change schools because they won't have to adjust to a new learning method. The change comes at a time JCPS faces disappointing reading scores, with just 38% of third graders reaching proficiency in recent state testing. Leaders hope EL will be the key.
We have also found that in EL, because we've never been able to include foundational literacy skills or phonics, phonemic awareness into our curriculum, we now have that embedded. It's going to take some time to see the outcomes of this.
Tara Greenwell, the district's chief academic officer speaking there, says there was an extensive process to select EL as the right program for the district. There are some schools already using it, and she says they have seen good outcomes. Teachers do acknowledge there will be a learning curve for themselves and for their students. JCPS has professional development on the program through this week and again in July. In the studio, Grace McKenna, WHAS 11 on your side.
Okay, Grace, thank you very much. Taking a closer look at some of the other changes JCPS will undergo before the next school year. They are changing how student assignment plan works, one of the biggest overhauls in decades. They'll also enter the first part of a plan to install weapons detectors in local high schools, and several students will be learning in brand new buildings like Perry Elementary School and Echo Trail Middle School.
All new tonight here at 5, that major water main break that caused a water emergency in Brandenburg, Kentucky to our west has been found and fixed. Crews tracked down the leak at 2 in the morning, but now the city of Brandenburg is under a boil water advisory. As we showed you last night on the WHAS 11 night team, take a look. More than 1,500 households, folks were impacted, and many people turned out to City Hall to pick up bottled water or fill up buckets right here with fresh water. The local emergency was declared after a water main break near the middle school caused a pump failure in the Brandenburg water plant. At one point, 400 gallons of water per minute were leaking, and some businesses had to close early. In a Facebook post, the city of Brandenburg said that everyone should continue to conserve their water by only using it for essential needs. Water will be discolored for the time being as it comes out of the tap. So they say please be aware of that before washing any of your laundry. The boil water advisory for Brandenburg is until further notice. No word yet on when it'll be lifted.
More news right here at 5. The sheriff's office in Mead County is looking for help after a woman was found dead inside her home. Deputies responded to the home on Old Mill Road in Brandenburg. When they arrived, they found a woman's body. Detectives were then called to the scene. They tell us they do believe foul play is expected in this case. If you have any information that can help police, you can call the sheriff's office at 270-422-4937.
A house fire earlier today just to the east of downtown Louisville in the Phoenix Hill neighborhood sent smoke all across the city earlier this morning and was seen by many people miles around. This is the aftermath on East Jefferson Street in Phoenix Hill, right on the edge of New Louisville Fire Department says when it arrived on the scene, heavy fire was blazing from the back of the home. It says it took 30 Louisville firefighters 16 minutes to bring this fire under control. The fire department says no one was hurt during the fire, but there's a minor damage to a neighboring home as well. Arson investigators are now working to determine the cause. Nobody was hurt there.
Well, as we give you a look outside right now, you're going to see certainly some hazy skies we're dealing with here, Doug.
I'm convinced now you can smell this, especially if you've had your windows down long enough. I mean,
I smelled something.
Not only do we have allergies we got to put up with, now it's all this, and this is like a visitor from the north bend.
The Ohio Valley, just some stagnant air. And of course, the visitor from the north is that wildfire smoke all the way up from eastern Canada. Tomorrow, I think the rain showers will help clear it out a little bit and things will improve day by day for the rest of this week. But typically, we can see our skyline very well, but you can barely make it out. Looking from about 9-10 miles off to the east of Louisville back towards the west with our Midway University cam from Hurstbourne Parkway here near Interstate 64. Our U of L Health Health Camera Network. Warm with that filtered sunshine out there and that orange air quality alert for sensitive groups. If you have breathing issues, respiratory problems, the very young or the elderly may want to limit your time outdoors in that right there. 86 right now at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, 84 at Bowman Field. Humidity is low at 31%. There's that north breeze bringing in that wildfire smoke. Temperatures are mostly in the lower 80s right now. Finally starting to see a little green on the screen. Up to the north is a front that's going to drop down over us late tonight and especially tomorrow morning, giving us that much needed rain chance across Kentuckiana. So 70s after sunset. Notice the clouds are moving in overnight, a few sprinkles or a couple light rain showers. Out the door tomorrow morning, lower 60s, cloudy with some of this light rain around. It looks like the wettest part of tomorrow will be during the mid-morning hours before clearing out and seeing that sunshine return with highs only in the 70s for tomorrow afternoon. I'll show you that next good chance of rain coming up in our complete forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, Ben, thank you very much. Now we continue our coverage into the recent horse racing deaths at Churchill Downs. The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission has released the third necropsy, hoping to share insights into what is causing the deaths at the racetrack. The latest report is on Freezing Point, who was euthanized on May 6 after what they called a catastrophic injury. Officials said the trainer noted track conditions played into the horse's death, but the rider didn't think it was the cause. An analysis of the track found nothing unusual. Take Charge Brianna was euthanized on the track on May 2nd. The report shows the filly had no pre-race red flags and no illegal drugs. They also said the horse had no gait abnormalities during the race warm-ups. And the final report released was on Parents' Pride. The horse collapsed and died on April 29th. This was one of the horses trained by Safi Joseph Jr., who has since been suspended by Churchill Downs. The necropsy found no pre-race red flags or illegal drugs. There were mild changes found in the heart, brain, and lungs, but the veterinarian didn't think it was significant enough to cause sudden death. All week long, our Focus investigative team is looking into the tragedies at the track. And tonight, we're looking at the new drug testing policy just put in place. You can see that story all new at 6. State leaders say Kentucky is making significant strides in keeping former prisoners out of the system. And now, thanks to a new partnership, they hope to do even better.
Today, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear announced that Simmons College of Kentucky, right here in Louisville, will provide courses to one prison in our area. Alexis Jones is reporting on the announcement.
Governor Beshear says not only will his expanded partnership with Simmons College help reduce crime, it will meet the high demand for skilled workers and provide more second chances. The governor and Simmons College announced they're adding a new group to their Workforce Partnership program. Since February, the school has provided college courses to 2 Kentucky prisons, North Point Training Center and Luther Luckett Correctional Complex. Now hundreds at the Correctional Institution for Women can enroll as well.
This facility doesn't just house inmates. It houses mothers, sisters, daughters. These are people's family members who desperately want them to get their lives moving in the right direction, want to welcome them back to their families.
Beshear says the federally funded program will help these women gain an associate's degree and a bachelor's of arts in sociology. Participants must be at least 12 months away from parole or finishing their sentence to apply. Once they complete the program, officials say they will be eligible for jobs earning $40,000 to $80,000 a year.
Programs like this are critical to help us move forward.
And their successes makes the community safer for all of us.
In Louisville, Alexis Jones, WHAS11 on your side.
Simmons College also helps inmates with financial aid, technology needs, and career counseling.
Louisville Metro Police tonight say they're going to be keeping a watch on the downtown Fallen Officers Memorial after it's been vandalized for the 3rd time since 2020. Metro Police telling us today that officers assigned to that area of town will be doing directed patrols nearby the Fallen Officers Memorial in between their regular calls for service. The memorial with the eternal flame is located in Jefferson Square Park. Sunday, Louisville Metro Police arrested 39-year-old Walter Richards after he randomly assaulted a woman at 5th and Liberty. And according to his arrest citation, Richards had thrown trash into the monument's eternal flame, causing debris to run down the side of it. We asked Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg about it. He said he's supportive of the current location of the memorial and open to hearing more about patrols, but is cognizant of the current 300-plus police officer shortage.
We have limited resources with LMPD, and we certainly want to focus on preventing violent crime, on solving violent crime cases, reducing the number of homicides and gun violence in our community.
Once again, Metro Police confirming there will be officers assigned to watch the memorial, and they're encouraging any community members to call 574-LMPD if they notice any suspicious activity around it.